we looked at the history of advocacy in what at the time was still mostly called the free software movement, and we concluded that it hadn't worked. That in fact the rhetoric and the tactics used by Richard Stallman and the Free Software Foundation had probably left us worse off than we were when we started. That kind of language is implicitly threatening to people whose day-to-day concerns are, how do I increase my shareholder value? How do I keep control of my business? How do I address my actual down-to-earth problems? People like that, when you walk into their offices and say, you should use all open source for your business because sharing is good and hoarding is evil, it doesn't work.
Linux happened without the help of people with deep pockets, or even despite the help. How can we keep from destroying the magic by pouring all of this money into Linux?
When Linux started to become commercialized, people said, oh, well, we'd like to keep it as our own little project and things like that, and nobody should be making any money off of it. Well, in the real world, people make money off of things. In the United States, it's a capitalistic society. In Europe, it's a capitalistic society. And in order for companies to start using Linux, they want to have somebody sitting there who can give them support, who can sell them the hardware, who can do all this type of thing. And these people who sell this hardware and sell the support are going to make money.
In early 1998, majority usage in the community went from free software to open source in 6 weeks flat in the late spring, early summer of 1998. And that told me that there had been huge pent-up demand in the community for a way of explaining what we were doing that was more effective. The whole attitude in the trade press and in the investor community completely turned around, 180 degrees. The same people who had spent years and years and years sneering dismissively at free software and talking about sandal-wearing freaks with long hair, those very same people within a year were falling all over themselves to write laudatory articles about the wonders of open source and peer review. And this was really funny because it was the same software and in most cases the same people.
The term open source doesn't really imply a lot of political issues like it used to. The free software term still does.
This is a community you can take, but you must give back. I am very pleased to announce to you today that the winner of this year's IDG Linus Torvalds Award is Debbie.
Good that the Linux community has been fairly positive towards new things, including the commercial efforts.
Hi. I'm from Brazil, and I would like to know what can we do to bring you to Brazil in May next year.
Can you come to the VA party Wednesday night?
I will almost certainly be there, yes. Okay. But I need to go to the ring party.
See you later.
I'm hearing that you're going shooting during the first
Well, you come with us, man.
No.
Tell him Anita said hi, and I'm still working on my speed. Tell him that he'll know what I'm talking about.
I'm sure a lot of the community is worried that these big enterprises, these big commercial vendors are not going to be able to give back to the community.
The thing is that people expect other people to be nice and take care of things, and I don't think that is true, and I don't think that it should be true, and I think the power of Linux is that even if nobody else helps you an inch of the way, you still have your own copy of Linux, and you still have your own power to do whatever you want, and that partly just because I want to avoid the politics of Linux. I want to be somebody that everybody agrees is a nice guy, and he doesn't butt it.
Next thing. Just one last question.
Sure.
I'm from India. Do you get a lot of developers from India contributing to the kernel?
Not that many.
What is the message that you would like to give them so that you get more and more of them?
I think one of the problems is just infrastructure. They don't even necessarily have internet access, or they have very slow internet access. And I think that people are also maybe not used to to do this collaboration on the internet, and they're kind of nervous, right?
Any message you want to give them, motivate them to get more of those developers?
I don't know what the issues are in India. There are going to be issues that are like local issues that Indians want to be able to do things that the American continent doesn't care about at all. And I think that's really motivational when somebody says, hey, I can solve this and I can make my own version of Linux and it will be better for me, right, as an Indian or as a just whatever person. And that's how you should be motivated. And whatever I say, you should not care.
You want to find out firsthand, Linus, what Indian problems are you working on?
I don't want more. We can just one more.
Sorry.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.
If you come down to India next time.
I will try to, but I will.
When you take a holiday,
I will take a holiday.
Can I give you one hand? Take a picture for Dutch magazines. Okay. Are you planning on coming to the Netherlands?